Pisces. Hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late June 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Pisces collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do you got for us? What do you have for Pisces gang in late June 2026? We're moving on into Cancer season. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces gang in late June. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card out and have some fun, my good friends. What do we got going on? Cool. So this guardian angel, I really like this card, and he shows up every so often. It's not like one of the more common ones, and he doesn't really look like a guardian angel, but he is, right? It's a beautiful energy of spiritual protection. There's a lot of undertones here too. This card has like layers like an onion. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So we see this bald-headed individual with the purple angel wings behind him. So again, yes, it is a guardian angel. So I love this card for the spiritual insulation, the spiritual protection. It's very reassuring to me that it's like, we have always been with you. You are not alone. So that's something that always gives me the warm and fuzzies. That's the first reason I like this card. But when we look at the further details, notice he has the Vitruvian Man tattooed on his head, looking down at this baby, this fetus. So to me, that is strong when it comes to creation, right? I think of intelligent design. I think of creation, bringing energy into matter. And I don't want to turn this into a whole lecture about thoughts becoming things and stuff like that. But this is a huge card of manifestation. So just know in this time, well, yeah, thoughts become things. So there's something here about focused intent and focused intention. Because what's this angel doing? He's locked on this creation where it's like, no, this is what I want. And it's not budging. Now, if we put the manifestation aside, we put the spiritual protection aside, this could be about things that you are giving your focus to as well. So in this time, depending on your situation, there might be certain things where spirit's like, hey, maybe don't spend a lot of time focused on this thing, or maybe there's certain areas of life that need a little bit more of your attention. You would know better than me. So that's a big thing here. That's why it always gives me that King of Wands-esque vibe. But we love it for the spiritual protection and the creation. So we're just going to let it chill right there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time here for my beautiful Pisces collective. What do we got? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. The energy felt like it was on a nice little rebound. The reading was titled An Explosive Win. Now, that's not usually a bad thing. Explosive energy to me is just very quick, very rapid, and it intensifies quickly. So hopefully you had one. I always say wins, victories, they come in all different shapes and sizes. Sometimes it's love and personal relationships. Sometimes it's money. Sometimes you just have some really good days where you catch a lucky break. And that's kind of what I was picking up. So if you haven't had that yet, just know the energy could bleed over for a couple weeks. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Pisces. What do we got in late June 2026? There we go. Thank you. Cool. 8 of Pentacles. Work, work, work. Nice. I'm working on something. All right. That's how that feels to me. Busy, busy, busy. Let's keep it going. Let's get a couple more here for Pisces, gang. 3 cups. Wow. Okay. So maybe we're picking up right where we left off. This is like getting results for sure. Let's get one more. It's results. Thank you. Queen of Swords. All right. So we're going to have to look at her because she feels different than what we got going on up here, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but her energy just, I don't want to say it doesn't belong, but it just feels separated from this other stuff we have going on up at the front. But let's go through and do a quick overview, I'll give you the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know me, I always love to look at the elements. I feel like it's important. It tells us how comfortable we might be with the energy or how it flows. And we have a pretty good mixture this week, Pisces gang. We got earth, water, air. Cool. A lot of internal energy here, but also a lot of energy that works very, very well with Pisces. Now, right here on the front end, we have earth. So again, Pisces being a water sign, I always say earth and water combine to build blessings, right? Like to me, it's abundance. Cup runneth over, growth. So I love it. Now, earth to me, aside from representing results, represents stability, security, predictability. I think of routine. I think of day-to-day life, money, work, business, finance, investments, home, family. So all the material aspects of life, the world that we live in, is under the earth umbrella. The downside to earth is sometimes it could feel a little heavy. Sometimes it could be a little stubborn. Sometimes it could be set in its ways. So that's just something for us to keep an eye on. Hopefully, you're not feeling bored, right? Because there is like this work play dynamic going on, which we'll get into when we start talking about the meanings of the cards. But right next to it, we have the water. Pisces power element, Pisces comfort zone. Beautiful stuff. The internal world matters of emotion. So it could be people, things, situations that we're emotionally invested in. This could absolutely represent having a bit of a softer edge to us in this time, so you might be a little more sentimental than you usually are. If we're not talking about partnerships and love and all that stuff, it could be creative, imaginative, artistic expression. So it's really great. The downside to cups is that it's in and out, right? It's back and forth. It's up and down, hot and cold. So that's something we need to look out for because sometimes this energy can overwhelm us. And then on the back end, we have air. So we have the matters of the heart and matters of the mind. Air to me is very logical, pragmatic, straightforward, and to the point, right? It's about giving or receiving information. That's why it connects to communication. So I usually like it. The downside to air is sometimes it can represent overthinking. Air can also be a little cold, a little surgical, a little mean. So, like, yeah, cold hearted. So, we're going to have to see how it all plays out. But let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we start with the beautiful Eight of Pentacles, right? And we see our little individual here. He's at his workbench, chiseling away, creating all these different pentacles. That's my biggest card in the deck of career, work, business, how we earn a living. It doesn't just have to be that, but for some Pisces, maybe you're in pentacle mode, right? Maybe you're stacking up those pentacles, working real hard, or career might be on your mind. Now, this can also be artistic expressiveness as well. So I really do love this. Maybe you're busy. Maybe you need to keep yourself busy. Maybe someone you're connected to is trying to keep themselves distracted or busy. All of that can be in play when this Eight of Pentacles is here. But the big underlying theme with this card is effort. Effort and work. I'm putting energy into something. So I really like this Eight of Pentacles for that because it's working to move something forward or improvement. So when we see the other side of the coin, like if we're looking at this in realm of relationships, to me it's putting energy towards someone into a connection. This could also represent fixing or mending something. So the clarifier for this is really important. The downside to the Eight of Pentacles is that it could also represent overworking or trying too hard or trying to force something, or workaholic type of tendencies. So we're just going to put it down right here and see what all this effort is going into. So we have the work hard right there in the front. Now we have the play hard, right? We got the Three of Cups, and you see those people, they're surrounding each other, raising a toast. They're having a damn good time, right? So I like this card. I know there's a lot of people that aren't a big fan of this. They say it's a third party type of card, and it can be. But to me, I think they're celebrating something, right? Happiness, joyousness, merriment. They're having a good time. This is a card of having a good time or having fun. So yeah, we have the work hard, play hard dynamic going on here. Now this could be work paying off or effort turning into something really good. That could absolutely be it when we start clarifying it. So I like it. This card can also represent material excess, so that's something to watch out for. It's people, they like to have a good time, but they might go overboard, right? They might overdo it. Uh, the downside to me, obviously, since it is a third party card, the Three of Cups can represent issues with people in your circle. It could be issues or things going on with other people where you might be taking something very serious, but someone else is like playing it off like it's a joke or not taking it serious. We're not going to get too much in the weeds with that just yet. Then we get to the back end, we have the Queen of Swords. This energy is about her business. Now, if you're not connected to an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Queens represent the internal aspect of their suit. So I already told you that with her, Uh, with the swords, it's very much mental, logical, planned out, very strategic. So sometimes she could be a card that's planning something out. Sometimes she is an energy that's analyzing, watching something, breaking it down. But the thing I love about her is that she's honest, straightforward, to the point. She's going to tell it like it is. But the downside to her is that, yeah, she could be very cold. She could be very cold hearted. She could be very mean sometimes. So we really want to see what's going on because it's like we're getting mixed signals here. So for some Pisces, hopefully you're not dealing with any people or situations that are giving you those mixed signals where it's like, oh, all right, cool, that's working. I'm seeing results. Oh, this is fun. Oh, this is very serious. It's like giving me mixed signals. So I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message. Which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot because, as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is the Eight of Pentacles here for my good friends? Why is it here? Okay. All right, so we have the Five of Cups in the upright. This is absolutely an energy that's like trying to distract itself, keep itself busy. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? The Five of Cups is the River of Tears. It also gives me this energy of somebody trying to brute force their way through something. Now, the Five of Cups, we see the person there. You know, they're dressed in black. That's our gothic friend, right? Maybe they're emo. Who knows? No judgment here. I wear black all the time, right? But three cups spilled, two cups standing, stuff in the background. And I always say that this can range, right? This could be something small. It could be like maybe a little gloominess. It could be maybe depression. It could be sadness, right? Maybe there's something that's really bothering somebody. But at the same time, this isn't where the energy ends. Like, if this is a problem, if this is a difficult situation, there is still more to come. That's the thing I like about this. So when I see the Eight of Pentacles, the work, the effort, and the Five of Cups, could this be trying to fix something? Could this be trying to mend something or make it better? Sure. So there is this energy towards improvement or improving something and putting effort into it. But the intuitive side of me is either one, this is someone distracting themselves and keeping themselves busy, which might be advice for some Pisces, where it's like, hey, maybe you need to do something and keep your mind occupied, or someone's doing that. Or this is an energy that's like, okay, I don't care how I feel here, I'm just going to push through it, which can be a very good thing, right? Like, it's like staying power where it's like, okay, that sucks, but I'm not going to let it get in front of me. So there could be a lot of beautiful willpower here, but it's also an energy that's not addressing the root cause of what's going on, if that makes sense. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. I don't think it's a deal breaker, but it's worth looking at. Let's see what the Three of Cups has. How's the Three of Cups here? Okay. Yeah, this is like a night and day shift of energy. Night and day. So we have the Six of Wands in the upright, complete and total victory type of energy. You see this person, public notoriety, right? Or just notoriety in general, getting kudos and recognition for the good things that you do. To me, this is either a breakthrough or just like a very powerful, surprising shift or change in energy, because it's like, yeah, right here we have this sticky situation and we're pushing through, we're pushing through. I will not be denied. And then boom, everything just breaks through right here in the center, which I think is really fantastic. So Pisces, whether it's work stuff you're going through, relationship stuff, internal stuff, family stuff, I don't care what stuff, there's a potential for you to power through it and have a breakthrough of some sort. Because I love the Six of Wands. I do. It's one of my biggest cards of victory. It's like unquestionable. Now, I'll give you the shadow side of it too, because you know how I have to be. This card can sometimes be an attention getter or someone that wants or needs attention. So, like when I see it with the Three of Cups, sure, could this be like a loud, boisterous type of energy? Potentially. But I do feel like it's more of a shift, like a shift that like surprisingly happens like night and day. And I feel like it's really good. The only thing I'd watch out for with the Six of Wands is the ego, right? There's a big difference and a fine line between confidence and egotistical behaviors, but we're just going to keep going. whatever. We're going to see what the Queen of Swords has. I'd say overall, this is absolute win victory type of energy. It is a potential breakthrough or a shift, just really powerful surprise and shift. Let's see what the Queen of Swords has, though, because the energy could potentially be a little flip floppy, right? Like, because we have this energy, then I don't know. There's a difference. So, why is the Queen of Swords here for my Pisces friends? Why is the Queen of Swords here? Okay. Taking care of something after the fact. All right. All right. So we have the world in reverse underneath this Queen of Swords. And the world in reverse to me does usually link to the past or revisiting something. And I know a few weeks ago, like the main theme of the reading was an unfinished situation. So, like when I see the Queen of Swords with the world, it's an energy. It's like, okay, well, when this pops back up, this is how I'm going to handle it. When this energy returns, this is what I'm going to do. It's like planning for something that may have either already happened or hasn't happened yet. It's like one or the other. Because usually the world to me, it's the last of the major arcana, right? It usually represents a close of a chapter, an opening of a new one. It could represent a culmination of something. It could represent an ending, even. So when I see it in reverse underneath the Queen of Swords, it's like, okay, I'm going to analyze this after the fact. What went wrong? Why did this happen? It's like making a report about something after it already occurred. So that's super unique. And maybe this isn't you. This could potentially be somebody else, of course. But I also feel like there's this energy prepping for a return too. So I'm not saying it's you. It's an energy that's like, okay, well, when this energy pops back up, this is how I'm going to handle it. This is what I'm going to do. It's like preparing for an inevitable return of some sort. So that's why that feels different. And remember, I said it earlier. It's like this energy feels like it's its own thing, but then this energy is different on the back end. So just know in this time, the doors could be open for a variety of things to either be revisited or pop back up. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadows. So overall, I like how the energy feels, but if you kindly look in the box position, number one, we have the Eight of Pentacles with the Five of Cups. Either one, this is an energy that's trying to keep itself busy, trying to keep itself occupied. I'm working on this, and this. I'm so busy. I don't have time to feel these things. But to me, it also felt like someone pushing through, even if I'm not dealing with something pleasant, which I think could be a really good thing. Because if there is a problem, it could be fixable, or at least getting over the hump. Getting to the center, we have the breakthrough, right? The energy just shifts, where it's like all this built up energy kind of does a flip on you in a positive sense. This is beautiful, victorious type of energy in the center. So there could be a lot of things or different areas of life that break through for you in a positive sense, which I think is beautiful and claimable. Um, yeah, watch out for people trying to get your attention too much. That could partially be something. I don't know why that fits, but it's like an attention hog. Moving to the back end, we do have the Queen of Swords with the world in reverse, and either this is handling a situation after the fact, analyzing it after the fact, or prepping for something to pop back up. Where it's like, okay, well, when this energy pops back up, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to handle it. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got? And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge, they could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got? What do we got? Thank you. Cool. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, this is like another outlier type of card. If you're connected to an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, maybe that's them showing up here in the shadows. And again, it doesn't have to be gender specific. Normally, the thing I like about this Queen of Pentacles is that she's grounded, predictable, but she also represents blessings and abundance. So even in the shadows, there's some positive stuff here. But her shadow side is sometimes she's an energy that sits in place, right? It's an energy where it's like, nope, I'm not moving from this spot. So it could be very stubborn, very much set in its ways. So I'm not sure if you're dealing with a person that's being very stubborn or a situation that doesn't seem to be moving. We already see the breakthrough energy here on the front end, but her being in the shadows can make it feel like this energy is never going to break through. So I would just watch out for frustration when she's there. But again, her being in the shadows, this could be something going way better than expected too. So we're just going to put her down right there, my good friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the June subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. My June calendar is live and spots go quick, so you could go check that out. But for the June subscriber surprise, doing another winner's choice. The winners, which will be three, will have a choice between either the Everyday Witches Tarot, which is a lovely tarot deck, one of my all-time favorites, or you can choose a custom pendant from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's two simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot cards in the deck, which one do you feel represents you and your energy best? You could even pick multiple if you'd like. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab /post tab. My friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.